Hey guys, it's Rob here. Today we conclude the one stage trilogy with what may be the least popular of the three CU1 stages, that being Columbus, Georgia. I say least popular because I don't see people talk about this one that much when discussing the three locations that got it, and from the little I've seen, it also looks the least appealing of the three. We'll have to see if that holds up after going over the history, because who knows, it may actually be more interesting than initially meets the eye. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Floppy Flower for being the original quester of this video, and also thank Louis Runke, Chuck E. Cheese Gurney and Crystal Lake, Linda Foster, and that Columbus guy for also requesting this location. As usual, I've gathered information from multiple different sources, which I will be linking in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as in the next video, we'll be going over the final major North Carolina location I've yet to cover. Anyways, let's get into the history of Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese in Columbus, Georgia. 3201 Macon Road location opened on February 17th, 1982 as a Showbiz Pizza Place, opening with the classic Rock-afire explosion. We have an article from just over a week before the opening that gives us some details on the location, such as the fact that the location upon opening was 11,400 square feet, had nearly 90 games, and employed approximately 100 local people. We get a photo from this article as well, showing off Cinder Stage, where we see the characters had their beta looks upon opening, though the Rockafire Explosion logo had been updated by this point. We have a small article from 1985 that discusses the interactive Billy Bob, which apparently began to be rolled out around this time, and there's also a photo accompanying it, showing off stage left with Billy Bob. A 1990 ad tells us that this location received the 1986 remodel by this point, likely getting an exterior that looked like this, painting the walls white and adding color checkers, replacing the older decor with newer decor, and adding the blue and white awnings to the salad bar. 1990 footage gives us a look at the showroom and the Rockafire explosion, which looks to be in great shape, with no issues I can see here. We also see that Billy Bob's stage had received the Showbiz Pizza Campground upgrade by this point. 1991 footage shows off some of the 1986 remodel aspects, such as the white walls, color checkers, and blue and white awning. We also see some of the games, rides, and the show in this footage, where we see the Rockafire to still be in great condition, again with no issues I can see here. Beginning in 1990, due to a fallout between Creative Engineering and Showbiz Pizza Time Inc., concept unification occurred, in which every Showbiz Pizza place would convert their Rockafire Explosion ban into Munch's Make Believe ban. Columbus would likely receive it between 1991 and 1992. Columbus would receive the Operation Thumbchuck remodel in the late 90s, getting a new Thumbchuck exterior, replacing older decor with newer decor, and receiving the Skytubes. Unfortunately, no photos or footage exists of the location during this time. Between 2005 and 2006, the location would remodel to the 2005 update to the Coolchuck reconfiguration, receiving a new Avenger exterior, painting some of the walls purple, removing the showroom walls and balcony seating, and replacing the older decor with newer decor. We have multiple photos from 2007, giving us a good look at the exterior, which has this unique looking purple and red awning, and the showroom, where we see the stage, showing us that all the characters had received their plastic masks by this point, though Munch Jr. is gone by this point. Chuck still has full Cool Chuck attire on, and the building, Moon, and even Pizza Cam are still around by this point. Interestingly enough, Jasper has a custom painted Beach Bear guitar here, with it being painted yellow and having his name on the guitar in multiple different colors. In 2011, this location would swap out their 3 stage for one of 3 Chucky's Make Believe Band stages, commonly referred to as the CU1 stage. They would be the second location to receive it, as Whitehall received theirs in 2010 and Springfield in 2012. The earliest look we get of the CU1 stage comes from a photo taken in 2013, where we see that Jasper no longer had the custom Beach Bear guitar, but instead his standard cheese guitar. We also see that Chuck is in full Avenger attire by this point, including a cap. The first footage we get during this time comes from 2015, where we see the show to not be in too good of shape, with a few movements out, and most notably, flow issues. Like, seriously, look at Chuck moving up and down here. He isn't supposed to be moving this fast. He's also missing his right ear for some reason. Chuck also had a bit of an outfit change, now back to wearing his Cool Chuck shirt, though no longer wearing his Avenger cap. Squally is also no longer wearing his apron for some reason. There's no footage from 2016 through 2018, so we'll skip ahead to 2019 footage. Here we see the bots are aired down, as they aren't moving at all here, and also appear to be in their neutral positions when aired down. The Skytubes and taller zone would be gone by this point as well. 2020 footage still shows the bots to be aired down, and footage from later that year still shows the same thing. At this point, I honestly wonder if the bots were in such bad shape that they didn't bother airing them up, or if the air compressor broke. Unfortunately, this became a running trend at this location, as 2021 footage continues to show the same thing, now being aired down for at least 2 years by this point. Finally, late 2021 footage shows the bots aired up again, though they're still not in very good shape. Multiple movements are still out, and Chuck's right forearm is loose as well. I also didn't mention this before, but the front of Chuck's snout is also cracked a bit. Early 2022 footage shows the stage to be in about the same shape, with Chuck's head up being fixed, but multiple movements still being out across the show, not to mention flow adjustments still being an issue, as we could see with Helen's body lean slamming. Footage from just a few months later shows the bots to be aired down again for some reason. Mid 2022 footage shows the same thing, with them still being aired down. They were still aired down in October of 2022, and ending off 2022, it was the same story. In April of 2023, the location would start its 2.0 remodel, changing the exterior to a simplistic Rockstar exterior, painting all of the walls white, adding newer decor to replace the older decor, and removing the Chucky's Make Believe Band stage for a 2021 model dance floor and video wall on April 24th. The latest footage we get of the boss performing is from earlier in the month, where we see the show had declined in shape even more since a year ago, with many movements being out across the whole show now, unfortunately. Something I should mention is that the show was only aired up in this footage for the person who took it, that being Paul Hines. The show remained aired down still during this time otherwise. This can be seen from other footage from April of 2023. The fate of the characters is unknown after their removal, but they likely were destroyed. As of October 2024, the location remains like this, with the 2.0 remodel as well as still having the 2021 model dance floor and video wall. In conclusion, Columbus was not particularly interesting, outside of having one of three Chucky's Make Believe Band stages, and also Jasper having a unique guitar at one point. The show was aired down for the most part in its later years, and I would say the worst in terms of condition compared to Whitehall and Springfield. Overall, this was still one of the CU1 stage locations, so it's quite unique for that. Thank you guys for watching this video. I was hoping that there would be more to go over on this location, and was surprised by the lack of footage of the location, especially in the late 2010s. I suppose there was a reason I hadn't heard much about this location compared to the other two, unfortunately. My next video will be going over Fayetteville, North Carolina, which, as I said at the beginning, is the last major North Carolina location I have yet to cover, and at one point spun off into its own family entertainment center for a few years. If you're interested in seeing that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're notified when it drops. God bless, and I hope you all have a blessed day.